Said, mic check one, two. Can you hear me? It almost looked like I was muted for a second there. Let's see what happened. Can everybody hear me or not? Let me see what's happening here. Maybe I was, maybe I wasn't. Who knows? Maybe I was, maybe I wasn't. Let's see. I'm trying to see if I think it's working. Okay, it's working. Okay. Anyway, folks, let me know. I'll go back and look at it. If it's not working, I'll just delete it. Delete that post. But my point this morning is see if you can find a way to make it happen. See if you can find a way to do a bit more to accomplish your goals. You don't always have to have all the time. Some like okay, let me give you a real life example. Some of the people who signed up for Speak with Confidence are super busy people. And I'm walking along with them through the process. We're like 2.5 weeks into the program. And they're showing up. They're showing up right on time, just in time, maybe sometimes even a little after time. But when they thought that, okay, I mightn't have the time to do this, they are finding ways right in the moment to complete the tasks, to do what they're supposed to keep up with the class. You sometimes you just have to tread water. I remember when I was at university in Trinidad, I had this really good friend, and he was not only attending university, he was also working a full-time job, and I think doing a couple other things. He had church. Oh my goodness, he was busy. One of the things that stood out for me was that he would tell you when you're like, hey, how you going? He'd be like, I'm just treading water, just trying to keep my head afloat. It never occurred to me what that meant because I was just blazing through this, blazing through that, except that it makes sense. Sometimes you just simply have to get by because you're doing many things. You just absolutely have to. It's not forever. At some point, the busyness is going to give way to options, to peace in your life. But in this perhaps situation or in this setting or time of your life or season, you need to be doing multiple things, and that's okay. You can. I feel like we need to be okay with not having all of the time, with just getting by, with getting the B's as opposed to the A pluses sometimes. It's okay. Just get through. I know I've felt like that many a time, especially when I was doing my second master's at the University of Alberta. And I was working as well, and I think my last son was very tiny still. He was an infant still, still breastfeeding, still doing all of the things. And you just had to be comfortable with getting by. I want to get this master's in a year. I have got to do the assignments. Okay, I'm not going to be top of the class, but that's okay. I'm going to get through the hurdle. I'm going to pass. I'm going to do well. And that's enough for me. What I'm saying is, when we look at our lives, we are capable of way more than you think is possible. If you take off the option to not do it, if you say, by any means necessary, these things have to be done, and sometimes at the same time, you will find a way. And so I've come out of the process of learning to be a creative and continuing to be an entrepreneur, knowing that it's possible to do the same, knowing that, yes, I have to use left brain, right brain, and kind of figure things out. But many people have done it before me. One of my favorite poets is William Carlos Williams, I think his name is. I should know that because I say he's one of my favorites. But the one who wrote the Red Barrel or something like that. And what I liked about him was that he was a medical doctor and a renowned poet. He was a medical doctor. He had his clients, etc. He was also a writer. So this man was using left brain, left brain, right brain all the time. And it's something that I aspire to kind of figure out a process for doing the two things consistently and all the time. So my little thing to you today is you can do it. It's going to be iffy for a while. It's going to be a bit messy. You're not going to have all the time in the world to do all the things that you used to when you're trying to accomplish multiple goals. But sometimes when it is necessary and you don't have a choice, life makes you see that you can do what you need to do in the moment. If it gets too much, then you know that it's definitely too much. You're going to drop a couple of things. But for the most part, from my experience, we are capable of way more than we think we can. So I hope you discover and you come to the end of your potential, not just be like, oh, I know I have this potential, but maximize it. Let's see if you can, get to that point. Okay, you guys, I'll see you tomorrow, same time. Don't forget, let me just put it up on the screen again. um where is it? Right, don't forget, please go follow the podcast on YouTube, Basement Chronicles, the podcast on YouTube, on Spotify, on Apple. Today's episode is called The Atomic Habit of Faith and Fitness. It's a quick episode. Remember, I didn't have much time. Okay, it's only about 12 minutes, and it's really like super organized. My thoughts, oh my goodness, like I listened again and I was like, okay, you know what, this time constraint is actually making me better and more focused and more concise. So I'm loving that. I hope you do too. Go give it a listen. You can also listen on my website, lisamdublin.com. You can see it there. But thank you for listening. Let me just put the link again in the chat so you can see it wherever you're watching me. That's the YouTube link. So if you enable the subscription and enable notifications, you will know every single time I put out the podcast. Okay. Have a great day, everybody. And remember, you can do way more than you think you can. So go out and do it today. I'll see you tomorrow, same time on Basement Chronicles Live. Bye. Take care.